Hi, this is Connor from New Jersey.
Connor from New Jersey. Whereabouts?
Around exit 136.
Okay, that helps. So how you doing, Connor? What are you calling about today?
All right, I want to talk a bit about what's going on in space. And I was hoping I'd get in yesterday to talk a bit more about Louis Gohmert because I thought that was just hilarious.
Yeah.
But,
Do you know something about what's going on in space that the rest of us don't? What's happening up there?
Not that the rest of us don't, but I guess just one of Elon Musk's projects that isn't getting a lot of coverage and a bit.
Is it the satellites?
Yes, it's Starlink.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so he has this thing, Starlink, which is actually like a lot of SpaceX launches are just launching these Starlink satellites and then along with some other smaller satellites so we can fund the launches. And what these do, they're the ones that provide internet to people. It's like a constellation of these satellites in low Earth orbit. And right now it's in a trial period where people can get this user terminal to connect to these satellites. Costs $500 and then another $100 a month. And for the people who are using it, it's working great. Because the idea,
I can't even say that. I've heard people complain how bad it is, honestly. But maybe it depends on where you are still.
Yeah, it might, just because right now they only have about 1,500 in orbit, and they have 12,000 approved by the FCC, and they're looking to get another 30,000 approved. Which, to put the number in, just like somewhere to compare it, there's only about 6,000 satellites currently orbiting Earth. So he's really going to increase a lot of just the total number of satellites. And what I want to focus on, though, is that the idea behind it is that he'll provide internet to like underserved, underdeveloped areas, so partially rural, and the idea is like island nations and things like that. But a lot of the branding seems to be we're going to help these poor countries that don't have the infrastructure and things like that. But that's not the case, and that's probably not even going to be the case in the U.S. And especially when there are many other better things we can do to provide internet to people, instead of, at least one of my main concerns is that I'm in astrophysics. So these satellites are destroying images for ground astronomy just because they pass in front of it. And
right. I was reading a few articles from some astronomers actually like a couple of weeks ago saying how like literally these lights are going to alter the nighttime sky for the entire world. Like these are satellites are like apparently even brighter than like the ones that have been up there. Like they shine this like ray of light or something. So it's just continue though. This has been fascinating.
Also, like I would just make a quick point, which is like the only reason they would be doing this is not because they want to help people with help with connectivity. It's they want to surveil. It's data extraction, right? Like that's what's valuable.
That was going to be my point. Like I would advise people not to put your internet capabilities in the hands of Elon Musk and his many government and surveillance ties. But whatever.
Oh, of course not. Yeah, and also what's kind of like hidden in it is that he wants to use the money that he gets from this to fund his Mars fantasy.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Connor, I appreciate the call. I want to jump just because I want to get to some IMs before our 2:30 cutoff, but I appreciate the call.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much, Connor.
I just want to quickly say that with the Elon Musk stuff that we were just talking about and many other things with Elon Musk and his space exploration endeavors, and then this news about Bezos trying to get $10 billion for not getting a government contract for his space company and also putting himself into space because it was just a dream of his to go into space. You should definitely watch the movie Elysium before it's too late because that's the future we're ready to see. Definitely see that movie. It's by the guy who did District 9. That's definitely going to be our future if something doesn't change.
And in terms of Elon Musk, just to jump in, I think that I agree with the caller. I think the Mars thing is a fantasy. I think it's a fantasy meant to distract people from his like surveillance and government ties and the other like really weird projects he's doing. I think that the whole like blasting off rockets for a lot of attention and like shooting a car into space really undersells like the other work that he's doing. So I'm glad the caller like highlighted that point. That he's just for all of the libertarian Bitcoin Reddit like crap that he posts. He's just like in bed with the, you know, the deep state.